Good morning, everyone. Buenos días, ¿cómo están? Welcome today to our live session here in Casa Spanish. I'm really happy to see you all today here. I mean, it's a bank holiday. I hope you are taking advantage of the nice weather here in the UK or wherever you are watching us from. Today, we're going to be tackling some grammar and we're going to be talking about the past perfect or the pluscuamperfecto. That's a long name in Spanish, which is a very tricky time in the past sometimes, but we will be analyzing the structure, the context, and all the elements we need in order to conjugate it. So, good morning again. Buenos días. Hola Liz, ¿qué tal? Good morning. Good to see you. Um, as always, I gave you the link to the grammar and all the rules that we are going to be covering. I will be sharing it again on the chat so you can access it and go back, and revise on your own or check while we are doing this quiz. So, if you don't know me, if this is the first time you see us, my name is Carlos, and I'm Spanish as a foreign language teacher here in Casa Spanish. And if you are a regular, hola and welcome. Good. So, before we start, as you know, we're going to go through a quick revision in order to see what this is. Let's go. So, as I said, we're going to be covering the past perfect today, or as in Spanish, we call it el pluscuamperfecto. Now, when do we use the pluscuamperfecto in Spanish? We use the pluscuamperfecto, and it is a time that expresses an action in the past that happened before another action in the past. Sounds a bit weird, but let's see an example. Cuando Martín llegó, yo ya había cenado. When Martin arrived, I had already had dinner. So the pluscuamperfecto is that I had already had. So it happened before the verb to arrive. In this case, arrived. So that's the idea. Something in the past that happened before another action in the past. Now, for the pluscuamperfecto, it is very common that you will observe two words very often. To express an action performed for the first time, it needs the adverb nunca, never. Yo nunca había estudiado ruso antes. I had never studied Russian before. Okay, observe that I didn't put the capital letter in ruso in Spanish. So for languages and nationalities, we don't capitalize the letters. But the grammar, yo nunca había estudiado ruso. I had never studied. Good. Moving on, and we also use it to express an action that repeats and employs the use of the adverb ya or already. Ellos ya habían estudiado español. They had already studied Spanish. So same structure as before, but now we're using a different adverb. We're using the adverb ya, already. Now, let's focus on the structure, the form of the pluscuamperfecto. Here we have an affirmative pluscuamperfecto sentence. Ellos ya habían comido croissants. So let's see. Ellos. What kind of word is ellos? Ellos is our subject. Now, it is important to remember that in Spanish, we don't need the subject every time. Sometimes the context or the conjugation give us the subject. In this case, let's put it there for clarity. Ellos, subject, Then we have adverb ya or nunca. In this case, because you don't need it when you have the other action that happened, after this one. But in this case, you have two options, ya or nunca, already or never. Ellos ya habían. So here you have your verb haber in imperfect. In this case, your verb haber is working as an auxiliary. So ellos ya habían, okay, comido, the past participle of comer. Ellos ya habían comido, and then croissants, which is your complement. Good morning, Jean. Welcome. Hola, hola a ti. ¿Qué tal? Thank you for joining us. So, guys, what are you going to need in order to conjugate in pluscuamperfecto? You're going to need your verb haber in imperfect. You will need to know the conjugation of the verb haber in imperfect, and you will need your past participles. Okay, so remember this comes up all the time because we need to keep revising the past participle. So the past participle, remember that we have regulars, as in this case comido, but we also have irregulars, as for example the verb hacer, which is hecho. So be aware of that, because sometimes I try to put some traps. As I said before, you can go back to the website and you can revise this grammar. Everything is on the link that I have given you before. Good. Now, let's start with our quiz. In this quiz, we will focus on structure, okay? On the context as well a bit, but I just want to focus on the form of the past perfect. Let's start. So if you know the answer, as always, type it down. You can type A, B, or C, or if it's a complete answer, you can type the whole answer. Whatever you do, if you want to do it in English, is fine. As long as you participate, I am happy with that. Let's go. So here you have to choose the correct ending. Cuando llegaron al cine, la película A ya había comenzado. B nunca había comenzado. C había comenzado. What do we have? Cuando llegaron al cine, la película A ya había comenzado. B nunca había comenzado. C había comenzada. So we're looking for when they arrived at the cinema, the movie. And we have a first answer from Liz. That is correct. Muy bien. Excelente. Cuando llegaron al cine, la película ya había comenzado. Correcto. When they arrived at the movies, the movie had already started. So I was trying to trick you a bit with that comenzada here, because in this case, we do not accord the past participle with the object, actually. So we're just looking for the past participle of the verb. We're not according it to the object. So have that in mind. La película ya había comenzado. What we accord is the auxiliary había, okay? If it had been plural, then we would need that habían comenzado. Well done, Liz. Well spotted. Let's continue. Número 2. ¿Correcto o incorrecto? If your thing is incorrect, give me the answer. Why not? Corina ya había aprendido mandarín en la universidad antes de mudarse a Taipei. Corina ya había aprendido mandarín en la universidad antes de mudarse a Taipei. ¿Qué piensan, chicos? What do you guys think? ¿Correcto o incorrecto? Corina ya había aprendido mandarín en la universidad antes de mudarse a Taipei. We have a first answer. Liz, correcto. And this is correct. Muy bien, excelente. Corina ya había aprendido mandarín en la universidad antes de mudarse a Taipei. Muy bien, Len, excelente, es correcto. So what we have here is Corina had already learned Mandarin in university before moving to Taipei. Muy bien, chicas, excelente. Continuamos. Número 3. El césped estaba amarillo porque no. So remember, césped is the grass or the lawn as well. El césped estaba amarillo porque no habían lluvias ese verano, porque no había llovido ese verano y porque no había llovido ese verano. El césped estaba amarillo porque no habían lluvias ese verano, porque no había llovido ese verano, o C, había llovido ese verano. We have our first, hello Karen, hola, good to see you, welcome, welcome. So we have our answers here. Lynn is betting for B, Karen for B, and Liz for B. Our answer is B. Muy bien, chicas. The answer is B. I would like to go very quickly to the pronunciation. Remember that double L, amarillo, like a very soft J, as in jazz, amarillo, and llovido, okay? So don't forget those ones. So the grass was yellow because it hadn't rained that summer. Excelente, muy bien. Continuamos. Número 4. ¿Correcto o incorrecto? Mónica y Fátima no habían conocido antes de la fiesta de la oficina. Mónica y Fátima no habían conocido antes de la fiesta de la oficina. So what we're trying to say here is Monica and Fatima hadn't met before the office party. That is what we're looking for. Now, analyze. What do you guys think? Is it correct? Is it incorrect? Is there something missing? If there is something missing, what do we need? So, Mónica y Fátima no habían conocido antes de la fiesta de la oficina. So, what do you guys think? We have Karen betting for correcto, but I see a little question mark. So I guess you're not very sure, Karen. Lynn is betting for correcto. Actually, it is almost correct. There's just a little detail that we're missing here, which is important. Lynn is saying that it needs nunca. Yes, I mean, we can add nunca, definitely. We're just giving us extra information. But in this case, it's a structure problem. In this case, we need a se. It is incorrect. Remember, guys, conocerse means to meet, but, to meet each other at the same time. Nos conocimos, nos conocemos. Mónica y Fátima no se habían conocido antes de la fiesta de la oficina. So that's se representing them. Ellas no se habían conocido. This one was a bit tricky. But yeah, we can use nunca. That's true. Nunca se habían conocido. antes de la fiesta de la oficina. Muy bien, chicos. Continuamos. 5. Completa. Recuerdo que no pudiste terminar tu examen porque no... and we are looking for the verb estudiar. So what we're trying to say here, I remember that you couldn't finish your test because you hadn't studied. So how are we going to complete this? I remember, recuerdo que no pudiste terminar tu examen porque no... And the subject, of course, is tú. Recuerdo que no pudiste terminar tu examen porque no estudiado. What do we have? So Liz is saying había estudiado. Karen as well, había estudiado. And then Karen, habías estudiado. That is the answer, guys. Habías. Remember, because this is tú. I remember that you couldn't finish your test because you hadn't studied. Porque no habías estudiado. Muy bien. Excelente. Continuamos. Número 6. Así que vosotros nunca de vuestro país. Pues bienvenidos. A. Habíais viajado. B. Habíais salido. C. Habíais visitado. Now, this one, just analyze it. Take your time, because the thing is that grammatically, well, not grammatically, structurally, all of them actually, they're correct. So this is about the context. Así que vosotros nunca habíais viajado de vuestro país. Pues bienvenidos. Así que vosotros nunca habíais salido de vuestro país. Pues bienvenidos. Así que vosotros nunca habíais visitado de vuestro país. Pues bienvenidos. So in this case is that preposition de. De, remember, that gives us the idea of coming out of somewhere, right? Like yo vengo de mi casa, like origin. In this case, what do you guys would bet? What are these people trying to say? What we're trying to say, actually, yeah, it's not a problem if I give it in English. So you had never not traveled, but you had never gotten out of your country before. Like this is the first time you go out of your country. Well, welcome. We have Pam. Good morning, Pam. Good to see you. And Pam is betting for the answer B. And that is the correct answer. Very good. Así que vosotros nunca habíais salido de vuestro país, pues bienvenidos. Len B, excelente. Liz B, excelente. Carolyn, good morning, Carolyn. Good to see you. B, excelente. So what we're saying here, así que vosotros nunca habíais salido, so you had never traveled outside of your country before. Well, welcome. That's the context. Very good. So as you see, structurally, they all work, but because we have that preposition de, that breaks actually the grammar point, and we need that salir de, come from. Muy bien, chicas, excelente. 7, correcto o incorrecto. Cuando me invitaron a una cena en Japón, tuve un poco de problemas porque nunca había comido sushi. Cuando me invitaron a una cena en Japón, tuve un poco de problemas porque nunca había comido sushi. So is this correct? Incorrect? If you think it's incorrect, correct it. Go the extra mile and give me the answer. It's always a good thing. Cuando me invitaron a una cena en Japón, tuve un poco de problemas porque nunca había comido sushi. So, what do you guys bet for? ¿Correcto o incorrecto? It's a lot of info, I know, but as long as it sounds okay, you can bet for correct. It's fine. We're just revising. And Liz is betting for correcto. And that is correct. Carolyn, muy bien, correcto. That is our answer, guys. Really well done. Correcto. So no problem at all. So what are we saying here? When they invited me to a dinner in Japan, I had a bit of trouble because I had never eaten sushi. That's it. And it's completely correct. Muy bien. Excelente. Seguimos. Número 8. So now you have to choose the answer. Mis amigos, something, cuando yo llegué al restaurante. Mis amigos, A, nunca habían ordenado cuando yo llegué al restaurante. B, mis amigos ya había ordenado cuando yo llegué al restaurante. C, mis amigos ya habían ordenado cuando yo llegué al restaurante. So, what do you guys think? A, B, or C? Remember the structure. Remember the auxiliary that needs to be accorded to the object. And we have Karen betting for C, Liz, C, and that is our answer. Lynn, C, muy bien. Excelente. Our answer is C. Mis amigos, so that habían, according to the friends. My friends had already ordered when I arrived at the restaurant. That's what we're saying here. Muy bien, chicos. Ya habías estudiado. Good. Let's move on. And Pam is saying, say, excellent, Pam. Really, really well done. Muy bien, chicos. 9. I like the ones you have to complete. I mean, those are nice. La verdad es que nunca una película en español, pero me pareció muy interesante. La verdad es que nunca. Now, we're looking for the past part. Well, you need a past participle for the structure of that ver. Ver. Remember, ver is irregular, okay? And we're talking about yo. So what we're trying to say here, to tell the truth, I had never watched a movie in Spanish, but I thought it was really interesting. That's what we're trying to say. La verdad es que nunca una película en español, pero me pareció muy interesante. So what do we have here? Lynn is betting for había visto. La verdad es que nunca había visto una película en español, pero me pareció muy interesante. Karen había visto. And that is our answer, guys. Muy, muy bien. La verdad es que nunca había visto una película en español, pero me pareció muy interesante. Liz, excelente, buen trabajo. Pam, excelente, perfecto. So here, remember, visto. So we don't make that difference between B and V. So había visto, and the H always silent, very important. Nunca había visto. Muy bien. Moving on, let's go to number 10. ¿Correcto o incorrecto? Cuando Stephen King tenía 50 años, él ya había escrito varios libros. Cuando Stephen King tenía 50 años, él ya había escrito varios libros. what do we have here? It's a fact. It is a factual information. So it's not about the context. I'm not trying to trick you there. So, cuando Stephen King tenía 50 años, él ya había escrito varios libros. So this is about the structure, right? Karen is betting for correcto. Liz, correcto. Lynn, correcto. Karen is saying, él no es necesario. True. I just put it there so it's clear, but we don't really need it. I mean, cuando Stephen King tenía 50 años, ya había escrito varios libros. I mean, we don't need that él. Pam is telling us that this is incorrect. But why, Pam? Why is this incorrect? Because this is interesting. So remember, guys, sometimes the devil is in the details, right? Escribido. Escribido, is that the past participle of escribir? So that's really good. Había escrito. That is the past participle of escribir, escrito. So escribir, nicely done, is what we call an irregular verb. Again, muy bien, Karen, que se solucionó escrito. Escrito. Very common mistake, guys. I was telling you last lesson that for native speakers, even, I mean, for children, when we are learning how to conjugate and speak, it's very common for them to say escribido. So sometimes we always have to be, correcting them as well. So escribido, escrito, the past participle of escribir. Now you know it. So please use it. Excellent. Muy bien. Número 11. We're about to finish. 11. Ayer nos contó una historia que nunca habíais escuchado. Ayer nos contó una historia que nunca habíamos escuchado. Ayer nos contó una historia que nunca habían escuchado. So we have three options. What do we need here? Jean, escrito. Yes, very good, Jean, from the last answer. I think it's your internet, Jean, because I'm getting the answers a bit late. But yes, well done. I see you are answering. So good for that. What do we have? So for this one, 11B, excelente. Lynn, B, and Pam is betting for B as well. And the answer is B. Well done, guys. And the reason here is because we have that nos, which we're calling like us. Yesterday, she told us the story that we had never listened. I mean, we didn't need that before here, but that's what we're trying to say. So, habíamos escuchado according to the object nos. Muy bien. Continuamos. Karen, B, excelente, ningún problema. Seguimos, número 12. Entré a la cocina y vi que mi madre, un pastel de chocolate. So, you have to complete, you have to conjugate. Entré a la cocina y vi que mi madre, un pastel de chocolate. So we're looking for, I entered the kitchen and I saw that my mom had made a chocolate cake. That's what we're trying to do here. So the part that is tricky here, it would be that hacer. You have to remember what is the past participle of hacer. Tricky one as well. A bit like escribir. Let's see. Do we have some answers already? Karen is telling us había hizo, hacía hizo. Len, había hecho. That is the correct answer. Really well done, Lynn. Había hecho. And Pam has it as well. Había hecho. Hecho, that is the past participle of hacer. Entré a la cocina y vi que mi madre había hecho un pastel de chocolate. Muy bien, Carolyn. Había hecho. And Liz, we have our había hecho. Excellent, guys. So this is a good verb to remember. The past participle, I mean, of hacer, because it's super common to use it. I mean, it's the verb hacer. So we're gonna use it a lot, of course. Well done. Hecho. And always remember, please, that H is silent. So and here we have two. So había hecho. Okay? Había hecho. Excellent. Moving on. Number 13. Completa. Me acabo de dar cuenta que para tu cumpleaños te regalé un libro que ya... Lo siento. Me acabo de dar cuenta que para tu cumpleaños te regalé un libro que ya... Lo siento. So we're trying to say, I have just realized that for your birthday, I gave you a book that you had already read. I'm sorry. It happens. Has happened to me a lot of times. So what do we need? The structure. So remember, the structure is important here. So we're talking about you, tú. So you have to accord that auxiliary haber, tú, and then the past participle of leer. So what is the past participle of leer? We have our answers. Let's see. Karen, había leído, habías leído. Liz, habías leído. Muy bien. Lynn, habías leído. And Pam, habías leído. Oh, Pam, putting the accents. That is excellent, Pam. Very, very good. Muy bien, chicas. And that is habías leído. Excelente. That is our answer. Me acabo de dar cuenta que para tu cumpleaños te regalé un libro que ya habías leído. Lo siento. Good. Now, let's do number 14. ¿Correcto o incorrecto? En marzo, nosotros todavía no habíamos descubierto esta playa. En marzo, nosotros todavía no habíamos descubierto esta playa. What do you guys think about this one? So, literally, what we're saying is in March, we had not discovered this beach yet. That's what we're saying. So interesting, because now we have that todavía no, meaning yet. In a lesson before, we were using the adverbs ya already and todavía no, not yet, with the present perfect. But now we're using it with the past perfect. As you can see, the structure actually is the same. So in March, we had not discovered this beach yet. En marzo todavía no habíamos descubierto esta playa. What do you guys think? Is this correct? Is this incorrect? If you think it's incorrect, why? It's always important to analyze why. So we have our first answers. Liz is betting for correcto. Karen for correcto. Len for correcto. And Pam correcto. And you are all correct, girls. Very good. Muy bien, chicas. Correcto. En marzo, nosotros todavía no habíamos descubierto esta playa. So that descubierto is an irregular verb, and the infinitive version would be descubrir. I will put in the chat, descubrir, to discover. Descubrir, same as cubrir, to cover as well. So there you have it. Muy bien. Excelente. And we have finished. Really well done. Good revision. Now, for tomorrow, guys, very important, because I want to practice. These live sessions, I think they're really good for you and they're really fruitful, but I want you to put it into practice. So for tomorrow, I prepared this lesson. It's going to be a reading session. We're going to practice 3 times: preterite, imperfect, and past perfect. So we're going to practice pluscuamperfecto, what we just did today, in tomorrow's lesson. Please don't forget about it. It's going to be from 7 to 8, and 6 people are already going. So, book your place in order to attend. So it is going to be interesting because I found this kind of like mystery story, and we're going to be developing and discovering the final result, but through the past times. So I think it's going to be really useful for your Spanish. And of course, the lesson that we're going to have tomorrow is going to be focused on speaking. This is like the revision, and you should be really ready for the lesson tomorrow. So please come. If you haven't, if you're not one of our students, you can also take a trial, or you can also send me a message, if you would like to know more about the lessons. But I would encourage you, to go to these lessons, which are are smaller, and you get to practice and meet people. But good. So I thank you for joining us today. As you know, every Saturday we have these revisions. So please come to the next one. Let me see, Lynn. Would love to attend class, but have visitors then. Well, don't worry about it, Lynn, because remember that we repeat them, so that should be okay. I will let you know, when we repeat the lesson. But whatever the case, you already have the link, and you can keep revising it. But yeah, thank you for letting me know that. And Karen is telling us, gracias, Carlos. Disfruto mucho. I enjoy it a lot. Thank you. No, but thank you for coming, Karen. It's great that, we are keep building these quick revisions on Saturday mornings. As I always say, it's like the best way to start to kick off our Saturday, I think. Good. Well, I wish you a lovely day. Take advantage of the sun. Here it's really nice. I hope it is also over there where you are. And I will see you in our next lesson next weekend. See you guys. Hasta luego. Bye bye. Liz, vi también Carlos. Good, Liz. Let me know. Let me know if you can come. And if not, we can always find a way to sort it out. Bye, guys. Have a lovely day and see you next time. Hasta luego.